Let's see what ShotTracker and the Claytracker Pro app can do for you. Let's go look at our history file. We're going to look at this 40 shots. And we're going to start with shot 2. After this shot, you would have heard in your ear over your Bluetooth audio, great shot. This was a crossing clay going left to right. And it was crossing at about 37 miles per hour. This green circle, that's your 95% probability of break. The purple ring, you're down to a 5% probability of break. That gun barrel with the green T, that was your shotgun barrel position at the time you pulled the trigger. This grid, toggles off and on, is a 1-foot grid. So it's almost a 3-foot lead on that clay when you pulled the trigger. By pressing this track button, we're going to show you the last 5 barrel positions before you pulled the trigger. So you can see they were tracking pretty good coming back to the clay, and right when they pulled the trigger, their shotgun barrel dipped just a little bit. If we come down here to shot details, that tells us everything about this shot. The choke you were using, the ammo you were using, that all comes from your profile. This was the first shot, and it was 21 yards out when you pulled the trigger. Coming over here, if you hit this simple panoramic button, that shows you the imagery of your shot. So here comes the clay out of the high house, coming up to match speed, doing a pretty good job. That green flash and border, that was trigger pull. That's what it looked like on the bird when you pulled the trigger. And there, you can see the clay breaking up. It's gone. Next, let's go look at shot 20. Again, this was another great shot. In your ear, you would have heard, great shot. It was a crosser left to right, and it was crossing at 25 miles per hour. Again, this was almost a 3-foot lead on the clay. By touching this track button, that was a toggle, there's your barrel positions leading up to trigger pull. This shooter was doing a pretty good job of matching the speed of the clay. We come down here to shot details. Again, there's the choke and the ammo you were using for this shot. It was the first shot. This one was 31 yards out when you pulled the trigger. We come look at the simple panoramic. Here comes the clay. Again, this shooter's doing a good job of matching the speed of the clay, staying stable. There was trigger pull, and there's the clay breaking up. Let's back up and look at what it looked like at trigger pull again. Again, there's your cross sight for your bore sight. There's what you had on the clay. And there's the clay breaking up. Now, let's go look at a shot that wasn't a great shot. Shot 21. This red reticle appears now. That's your perfect aim point. So for this shot, if you move the bead of that shotgun barrel into the center of that red reticle, that would move the center of this green circle onto the clay, and your next shot would be perfectly aimed. That correction is found here, 10 o'clock, 1 foot, 10 inches. So if you bring that barrel up 10 o'clock, almost 2 feet, and you repeated that shot, it would be a perfectly aimed shot. That's just a few of the things that ShotTracker and Claytracker Pro can do for you.